Hello everyone, you're welcome to today's tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to sew this wedding dress that we've cut already in our previous video. So this is the pieces that we've cut out, as you can see, and this is the middle, the center front. So when you bring your center front, you should make sure that you had padding to it. You should pad everywhere, all the body, you should pad everything. After padding it, then you sew the center front this way, and after sewing it, you are going to attach this side. So you can see how I've sewn the middle like this. You sew the middle to the under bust, that is where you're going to end your sewing. Then after doing that, you are just going to attach the side to the center this way, as you can see me arranging it. So I'm just going to join it like this and sew on it to meet the under bust and to the upper area. So having done that, this is the result I had. This is because I only pad the bust area, but please make sure that you pad the whole of your dress, don't pad only the bust area. So after doing that, just make sure that you notch the bust area like this, as you can see. So when I was actually filming this video, the weather was not so bright in my location. That's why you see that the color is not that bright. So this is the yoke. For the yoke, I doubled it and I've sewn it together. So what you are just going to do is to start attaching it from the under bust area to where you end it. So I'm going to flip it over this way and take one side of the seam allowance at the middle area. That is where I'm going to take one part like this, and I'm going to attach it this way and stitch on it like this till I will sew it to the last part. So I'm going to show you the sewing machine. So before you attach your yoke, make sure that you add your boning case. I'm not going to add boning to this my own, but make sure that if you want to add boning to yours, you should attach your boning casing before you add your yoke. So this is it. I'm sewing the yoke to the dress right now. So you can see that I took one side of the seam together with the yoke, and that's what I'm stitching right now. So I'll keep stitching and stitch to the last point. And so when I was done stitching, this is the result. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to flip the yoke to the other side of the seam, and I'm going to sew on it like this as well. So you can see what I'm doing. So make sure that after sewing everything, you are going to cut out all the threads. They don't need to be seen threads around your wedding dress, you know that. So after sewing, make sure that you remove all the threads, cut all the threads that you have there away. So this is how you keep sewing and sew to the end. So at the end of the day, this was the result, guys. You can see how it is, and the yoke is not too wide at that under bust area, right? So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to take our lining and we're going to sew it exactly the same way that we've sewn the main dress. So we're going to sew it like that, the same thing. So after sewing it, I'm going to show you what to do next. So after sewing the lining, this was the outcome, and this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do here is that I'm going to take the dress, the main dress. So you can see the main dress. You're going to take the cup area to meet with the cup area like this, and the under bust will be at the under bust. So you can see that the wrong side are facing each other, right? Yes, this is how you should place it. So after placing it this way, you're going to flip it over like this and take one side of it to meet with the other side like this, and you are going to sew it on it. This will help you to knitting that area. So this side will go to this side and this other side will go to the other side, but you're going to flip it inside like this and hold it down and stitch it. So you can see what I'm trying to show you, right? Make sure that you do it like this. So you are going to put it this way and stitch it till the end. So this is the sewing part. I want to show you how you are going to sew it. So you're going to take one part like this to meet with one part like this, and you are going to stitch on it. So make sure that you notch it when you were done sewing. When you are done sewing, make sure that you notch that area there, and you are going to top stitch after notching it. So this is it. I'm done notching it. You can see, please make sure that you cut all the threads away. Make sure that you cut all the threads away. So before you sew the other side, you are going to top stitch just the way you see me doing. So I want to top stitch it right now. So you are going to flip the seam allowance to meet with the lining, so that that area will be neat, that center will be neat. They won't be seeing the allowance there. And so when I was done sewing, this is how it looks, guys. So you can see how neat that area is, right? At this point, my daughter was actually worrying. She wants me to get up from the sewing machine. She don't want me to keep sewing, and I was actually tying. I was carrying a baby at the back also. I was so tired at this point, but I just have to continue. So this is the other part that I'm arranging, and I'm going to sew it this way. That is after you have top stitched the first part that you've sewn. So this is it, guys. I'm sewing it right now before I'm going to top stitch later on. So after sewing it, guys, the next thing I did was to open it up and top stitch. So you can see how I'm opening it, and I'm going to flip the wrong side to the lining and top stitch on it. So after top stitching it, this is the result. So here I am done top stitching, and this was the result it gave, guys. So you can see the results. This is how it is. You can see how neat the center part is, and it's not even too wide. It's not that exposing. So you can see how neat the inside look and how the outside looks as well. So make sure to iron your own so that it will come out very beautiful. So here I'm going to sew the lining at the hem area, the two sides, so that it will be neat as well. So this is the back part. Here I'm just going to join the darts together. I'm going to join the darts together and end it at the shoulder area, and I'm going to do the same thing to the lining as well. So this is it. I'm done sewing it, and I sewn the yoke to it. I minused 1 inch for the zipper allowance before adding the yoke. So I'm going to flip the yoke to meet with the right side of the fabric. Then I'm going to join the lining this way, and I'm also going to sew the zipper area as well. So here I am done sewing it. This is the both sides. I'm done sewing everything, so you can see how neat it is. Just that at the moment I was filming this, there was no light, so I'm going to iron it later in the night when there will be light. So you should make sure if you have electricity in your location, you should try as much as possible to iron while sewing. So I'm going to shape the dress now. I'm going to place it right side facing each other like this, and I'm going to join the shoulder. Going to join the shoulder on the both sides. Join the shoulder at the both sides. So after doing that, I'm going to shape it. I'm going to shape the both sides. So after shaping, I'm going to attach the zipper. So this is the result, guys. I was fortunate to iron it later on, so I later ironed it. So this is the result. You can see how neat the inside looks, right? And how neat the outside looks. So this is the end result. So in our next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the lace placement. We're going to add lace to it. We're going to place, that is lace placement, that is how they call it. We're going to do that in our next class. Sorry, in our next tutorial. So for now, this is the end of this video. Let's stay tuned to the next tutorial. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so that you'll get notified when we are going to upload the lace placement area. So thank you so much for watching. So this is the sleeve that I've attached the sleeve here. I've attached the sleeve. So for the sleeve, I also doubled the net so that it won't tear easily. So that's all for it, guys. So this is the fitting on a mannequin. So this mannequin is very small to it. It's not the size of the person. So this is the lace, and in our next tutorial I'm going to show you how to do the lace placement. So if you're interested, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell to get notified when we're going to upload that video on how to do your lace placement, so you can see how I'm doing it. The video is going to be so detailed. So thank you so much for watching. Bye. I love you all.